All right, guys, now that my clay piece is built up the way it needs to be built up and it matches my sketch, how it goes up and it goes out and it comes back around, I want to work on smoothing it and making sure that it looks the same from all the different angles from a 360 view. So if I were sitting at a table like you guys, I would get down really low and be able to look at it and turn your piece and look at it and see where it's symmetrical, see where it might need some work. And if your piece is sturdy enough, then you can kind of hold it up and you can kind of work on shaping it. It's really important that when you get to this part, when you do shaping, a little bit more aggressive shaping, that you're really supporting the inside wall and you're being really, really gentle. So I noticed that this side's kind of sticking out a little bit from the other side, so I'm just going to keep doing my motion, but instead of just pulling up and pulling down, I'm going to do some diagonal lines. And I'm going to make sure to pull in multiple directions to kind of get that bump a little bit smoothed out. Just going to make sure that other places aren't. This is a little bit bumpy here. Really helps to hold your piece up. Remember, this is something that's not going to just be viewed from one side, so it's important to look from all the different sides. So to me, that looks pretty good. It's curving the way I want it to be curved. Now, if you notice that your piece is really wet, and kind of really like wobbly a little bit, you might need to put dry paper towels inside to give it to some support as you're working with it, and it kind of sucks some of that moisture out. Also, make sure that when you're building that you don't build too quickly, that your pieces just kind of sort of collapse on each other. So now comes the part where it goes from rough and bumpy to really super smooth before adding on all these facial features. I don't want all this rough stuff on here before I add the mane and the teeth and all that great stuff. I want to make sure that it's smoothed out. So what I want to do is just kind of gently, I don't want to like rest my piece too much on here because I might start denting this side and I don't want to do that. So I just kind of want to rest my piece, and I'm going to kind of curve this lid and I'm going to gently pull. Now remember, you don't want to take too much off because you're going to make your walls go from here to much thinner. And when you're adding things, you want to make sure to have nice thick walls. So I'm just smoothing this as I go. You can see I'm going in multiple directions, and especially where things get bigger or smaller, it is a little bit difficult to get in there, so you might have to try different directions. You might have to pull it down. You might have to pull it long ways. But you just want to get it pretty smooth that it doesn't have as much bumps in it as it once did. We kind of are making a nice smooth form. So I'm going to kind of speed this up for you guys so you can see how you do it very quickly.